57 pounds of ramen. Doesn't smell festive. Hello! Hello, Hopheads! Evenstar here, and Happy Christmas! Or Happy Holidays if, like me, you're an atheist! La 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 la. Yes, that's right. It is now time for Evenstar's Budget Christmas Beer Roundup. And I have 4 beers to tell you about today. 2 of them we'll be trying together. The other 2 I've had in previous years, and they were available at my supermarket again this year. And the whole point of this episode is to have a look at seasonal ales in my area that I can get for a good price. So, you know, the regular sort of off-the-shelf price for craft ales or craft beer at the supermarket. And these were all available at the local supermarket. They were 4 for £6, so if you want to stock up for a Christmas party, if you've got real ale lovers coming over, they're a really good option, and they're kind of fun because they have festive themes. So these 2 beers, which I've had in previous years, are Blitzen from Black Sheep Brewery and Rosie Nosy from Bateman's. So if you want to know what these beers are like, they're both dark. Dark beers are kind of the thing this time of year. Winter warmers, dark fruity beers. These are in that style. The Rosie Nosy is quite a chocolatey bitter beer. Very nice, very light flavors though. So it is something that you could serve with a meal. The Blitzen, also a dark beer, a bit fruitier than the Rosie Nosy with more coffee and red fruit flavors. Both very flavorful beers. I enjoyed them very much, and I was glad to see them on the shelf again at a good price this year. The other 2 beers I have are Bah Humbug from Witchwood of Hobgoblin fame. You've probably heard of their Hobgoblin dark beer. And then we've got a Green King beer, which I have never seen before, called Festive Pudding. I have seen the Bah Humbug before, and I actually have had Bah Humbug on draft before, probably a couple of years ago now. So it was interesting to see it available in a bottle at the supermarket, and I'm interested to see what that's like, because I don't really remember what it was like now. So, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So, the first beer I am going to try today is the Bah Humbug from Witchwood. And if you are looking for it at the supermarket, the label looks like that. So, as you can see, that's quite a light beer. Very clear, an orangey color. Let's give it a try. Nice and bitter up front. You've got some flavors of caramel in there, maybe a little bit of soft fruit, and also that nice little, what I choose to call, candy floss tang. So sort of like a burnt malt flavor. It's sweet when you finish it, a little bit sweeter when you finish it. That candy floss caramel flavor really comes through. Very good beer. Light flavors, not too heavy. Again, nice to serve with your Christmas meal instead of wine or champagne. Definitely worth £1.50. That is Bah Humbug from Witchwood. The next beer we got to try is Festive Pudding Ale from Green King. Green King is a very well-known brewery and pub owner here in the UK. I have never had much luck with their beers on draft or tap, but I have had a few good beers of theirs bottled, so I've got high hopes for this. The label informs me that the alcohol content of this beer is very festive indeed, a whopping, for UK standards, supermarket standards, a whopping 6%. Wow, get very merry on this indeed. So here we've got sort of another medium dark beer. Again, quite clear, quite clear. I would say that's a light brown rather than an orange or an amber color. Up front, you get a lot of licorice, which, if you read my blog, thebeerandreview.co.uk, you know I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of the licorice. However, being objective, just because a beer tastes like licorice, that doesn't make it a bad beer. It just means I'm probably not going to drink a lot of it. But if you like licorice, you might like this. Sort of a nice bitter coffee, almost rum flavor in that, which is a nice touch for Christmas. You know, at first sip of that, I was like, not sure. But a few more sips, you let the flavor kind of roll around in your mouth there. It's kind of growing on me. It's a very strong beer at 6%. And the flavors are very strong compared to these other three, who I would probably eat with a meal. They're light enough in flavors to not interfere with the flavor of your food too much. I would say festive pudding would be suitable for, the petit four course, if you're so inclined on Christmas Day to have the petit four, or just to kind of sit by the fireside and sip. So, leave that one out for Santa instead of the sherry, because sherry is wank, and a gingerbread cookie, and he's good to go. So there you have it, Hopheads, Even Stars Budget Christmas Beer Roundup. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you found that informative for making your Christmas beer choices this year. There are good beers out there for a good price. Now, you don't always have to have a festive themed beer to celebrate with beer at the holidays. I much prefer a good beer over, say, like wine, or even, much to the dismay of my significant other, a glass of champagne to celebrate with. So I'd be interested in knowing what the festive beers are like where you are. What kind of Christmas themed or holiday themed beers do you get at the supermarket? And also, is there a special beer that maybe, it's a bit pricey, not everyday beer, that you're kind of thinking to get in to celebrate the holidays with, rather than, maybe an expensive wine or a champagne? Let me know what that is in the comments below. And until next time, I'm going to say, happy holidays, and I'll see you next year on the Beer and Review.